Hey guys, what's up? NFL draft was last Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, everybody knows. Check out me and D-Cell's videos on recap the first round and I think the top 5 picks in the second round. So check those videos out. Leave your comments and all. Tell me what you think of them. Eagles had a good draft. Sitting on the board at 21. Obviously I was hoping, a lot of other fellow Philly Heat members were hoping that Knowshon Moreno was going to fall to us at 21. Did not happen. Obviously, I was very surprised to see Denver take him off the board at 12 rather. 9 picks before us. That was very early for him. Obviously saw our reaction. We were very surprised when watching the draft, but came up to 19. Jeremy Maclin, wide receiver from Missouri, was still on the board, and the Eagles felt that he was a big enough player, and they moved up 2 spots for him, gave up a 6th for him, and swapped with Cleveland Browns, who traded down 3 times, and then they got Alex Mack at 21. So it was a great trade-off for the Eagles. Obviously the Raiders picking Hayward Bay at 7, then Crabtree went at 10 to the 49ers. And the other teams didn't really know a wide receiver, so Maclin fell all the way to 19. Never thought he'd fall that far. The Eagles weren't looking to go receiver, but Maclin is such a dynamic player, such a threat, such a great receiver that they just had to take him. And I personally love the pick. When he catches the ball and he gets in the open field, there's not many people that are going to catch him. He doesn't cough off the ball. He secures the ball, and he's off to the races. So I really think that was an excellent pick. Huge value for that, and definitely one of the steals of this draft, I think. But at 53, we wanted to go running back in the first round, but we grabbed Maclin because obviously, but Moreno was already gone, so we felt the need to take Jeremy Maclin and improve our offense tremendously at the wide receiver position. So, coming down to 53, since Donald Brown went at 27, we kind of thought that LeSean McCoy wouldn't be available at 53 when we got on the board, but Eagles waited out, and LeSean McCoy was there, and obviously they took him with that pick because I know it's a guy they really liked, guy they brought in from workouts, kind of a local guy from Harrisburg, so he knows he's obviously an Eagles fan, so he would say he was an Eagles fan, so he's thrilled to come to the Eagles, and I'm thrilled to have him. He's not the fastest guy, but he can break some tackles, really fit through the cracks in the offensive line, through the defense, and really be a great player, and I think he's an excellent complement to Brian Westbrook. Hopefully he can get, maybe 10-15 carries a game. Hoping he can relieve Westbrook, so, Westbrook doesn't have to play 70 plays a game, and can actually take play off, and they could put Westbrook out in the slot if they wanted to as a receiver, and then have LeSean McCoy in the backfield. But LeSean McCoy is not a big guy, but they didn't need a big back because apparently we're going to be using fullback Leonard Weaver in short yard situations this year, which is great. We picked him up from Seattle. It was a great pickup, obviously. And then later, on the second day in the third round, we traded out of the third round with the Giants. I thought it was a little questionable with Chase Kaufman, tight end from Missouri, still on the board because they had 2 Missouri guys. But they traded out, and we acquired a couple more picks. In the 5th round, we ended up with, I think, 4 fifths, or we had like 4 or 5 fifths, and we traded 2 of those fifths to the New England Patriots for Ellis Hobbs, a corner. So I think that was a good trade. Ellis Hobbs is a solid corner. If nothing else, he's a nickel corner, and he could be, our kickoff return guy. Let Maclin do the punts. But Hobbs is a good pickup. I mean, with this situation with Sheldon Brown, with him, maybe not reporting to camp. He says he's going to report to minicamp, but who knows. Wanting to trade, we had to have some insurance for him. We definitely have that with Ellis Hobbs. He's, he was former starting quarterback in New England, so him and Asante know each other, and Asante Samuel knows what he can do, and obviously the Eagles thought enough of him to bring him in, and I think it was a good pickup. Also in the 5th round, I picked up 2 solid players. Cornelius Ingram, tight end from Florida, I really like. I know he tore his ACL, injury trouble, but I feel if he's a starter, he can be one of the steals in this draft. If he could stay healthy. He's not the blocking tight end that we need, but he's another receiving threat. He's another receiving tight end paired up with Brent Celek. We really need all the receivers we can get. Just spreading the ball around makes this team that much more dangerous with Ingram, with Maclin, Deshaun Jackson getting another year under his belt, Kevin Curtis being healthy for a full year, Westbrook, McCoy. Possibilities are endless with the offensive playmakers that this team picked up in this draft. And also in the 5th round, the Eagles picked another corner, Macho Harris, Victor Harris from Virginia Tech. They said he might play safety. He may be a little too big for safety. Not really sure if he'll be playing corner or safety, but we'll have to wait and see. He was a good playmaker at Virginia Tech. Obviously Virginia Tech guys tend to catch a bit of rap in the league. Guys like D'Angelo Hall, Michael Vick, but Macho Harris seems like he's a good prospect, and I think he can definitely help with this team. At least on special teams this year, maybe develop into a solid backup or spot starter when we need him in the future. And then towards the end of the draft, we took a couple linemen, Tutupu, I think from Funaki Tutupu from Oregon. Then we got Paul Funaka from Arizona State. Don't really know much about him. I hear the Tutupu guy from Oregon is he's a mauler and he really finishes off guys, and if the ball's not even around, he's mauling guys on the line, so that's good. Nice tenacity from him would be nice. And then we got an outside linebacker from Maryland. I don't really know anything about him, honestly. But I think overall, with the first, rounds 1 to 5, we had a good draft. Addressed a lot of needs. Got the running back. Got another playmaker receiver. Got a tight end. Got some depth in the secondary. Added Ellis Hobbs, a proven playmaker. And you can also put in this draft Jason Peters as our second first-round pick. Offensive tackle that we got from Buffalo. So he's going to be better than any guy we could have drafted offensive tackle-wise in the draft. So we've had a great offseason so far. I know we could still make a trade we could still make a blockbuster trade, who knows. But from what we got now, we can be a great team next year. No, we didn't get Bolden, but we have Deshaun Jackson, Kevin Curtis, Jeremy Maclin, Brent Celek getting better, along with Sean McCoy, along with Westbrook, and then a healthy Donovan McNabb. And you can even say Leonard Weaver's big because he's going to be a good blocker and he's going to be able to run the ball in short yard situations. So this team's looking dangerous next year. So I definitely can't wait till training camp, till the preseason, but can't wait for September next year. It's going to be fun. Seeing Hits Giants Mafia, you guys better watch out because the Eagles are coming. Great offseason, and Plexico Burress not being on the Giants anymore, Tio not being on the Cowboys. I'll give the Giants props. Their defense got a little bit better, but our defense is looking the same as it is last year, and add a couple rookies, and who knows what's going to happen. But I think that our team is going to be one of the best teams in the league this year. I just can't wait. It's going to be crazy. Teams are not going to be able to defend against our offense next year. So I just can't wait for the season. So everybody better be ready for these Eagles because they're going to be a great football team next year. So that's all I got. Pretty much. I'll be back if the Eagles do anything, and probably more videos close to training camp. But and I also keep watching for my MLB TTC account. Phillies Finest 526. I'll be updating the Phillies too, and obviously keep watching out here for Sixers, Flyers, news stuff with me and D-Cell. So that's pretty much all I got. Can't wait for next season. Go Birds!